On one side, you are seeing an American city, and on the other side, you are seeing a European city. Do you see any difference between these two cities? You must have noticed one thing. Compared to America, the cities of Europe are much more beautiful and well planned. Cities grow in three directions: in by crowding, up into multi-storied buildings, or out toward the periphery. Although cities everywhere have developed in each of these ways at various times, nowhere in Europe do urban settlements sprawl as much as in the United States. In Europe there are lots of people and not much space. So it is very important to use what space is available in the most carefully thought out way. America, on the other hand, is huge. So in today's video, we will show you 8 major differences between American cities and European cities. But before starting the video, I want to request you, we put our best efforts to create our every single video. So please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's start. Number 8. Electric bikes and scooters. Another big difference between American and European cities and towns is that, in Europe the use of electric-powered vehicles is quite common. All over every town and city there are people getting around on electric bicycles, motorbikes, and scooters. These vehicles are obviously much more ecological, as well as much quieter. Quite unfortunately, the USA is way behind on this technology. Number 7. Cycling lanes. Most European towns and cities have miles and miles of prominent, interconnected cycling lanes. The lanes are usually bright blue, wide enough for bike traffic in 2 directions, and clearly marked at road crossings. These convenient bike routes pass along city roads and through leafy parks. They allow cyclists to pedal between nearly all destinations in the city. With well-built bike paths, convenient and inexpensive bike rental options, and a soft mobility culture, these cities offer a unique, enjoyable biking experience. Number 6. Trams and trolleys. Trams and light rail are more common in Europe than North America for several reasons. Trams have a long history in European cities, with many systems dating back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This established infrastructure was often preserved and expanded upon. Why are trams popular in Europe? After World War II, trams were seen as advantageous in many countries because, unlike buses, they did not use scarce petrol resources. Many Europe cities and towns also have trolleys. The difference, I learned, is that trams run on tracks and have electric cables above, guiding them along, while trolleys have the overhead electric lines powering them, but have wheels and run on roads. They're kind of like electric buses, or a cross between a bus and a tram. You will not see your tram or trolley in any city in America. Number 5. Cafeteria-style restaurants. Even more prevalent than the Euro, tiny cafes seem to be found on every street corner in every city in Europe, and sometimes you'll even find several in a row. I found that each cafe is different, yet offers the same primary purpose: a space to hang out, think, observe, and discuss. There is no stigma in sitting alone as long as you're not too engrossed in your phone, and there is no amount of time too long to sit. This style of eating doesn't seem popular in Western Europe, but it's quite common in Eastern European countries. Number 4. Hot coffee vending machines. In the United States, vending machines are mostly a thing of the past. You might find some inside stores, but rarely, if ever, out on the streets. Quite unfortunately, the machines would quickly be vandalized and robbed, if not completely destroyed or stolen. But on the streets of European cities, vending machines selling hot drinks in winter and cold drinks in summer are quite common. They're also found at bus and train station, in parks and plazas. The machines usually offer a choice of tea, hot chocolate, and various coffee selections served in small paper cups. Even better, vending machine drinks are super cheap, costing just €1 or even 60 cents. These coffee vending machines are really convenient for pedestrians wandering the city, residents on the way to from work, and passengers catching a bus, train, or subway. Number 3. Outdoor eating and drinking establishments. Compared to American cities, the European counterparts have a lot more restaurants, cafes, and even bars with outdoor seating. Many of these establishments are found in the pedestrian-only districts, which means there are no cars or buses zooming past. Outdoor restaurants, cafes, and bars are also found in open plazas and leafy parks. Most parks also have small kiosks or cafes on their grounds. Number 2. Pedestrian-only streets. European cities and towns are generally a lot more pedestrian-friendly than U.S. cities, I discovered. At least in the town centers. Every city and town has at least one major pedestrian-only shopping street. But many cities have several connected pedestrian roads, making a grid or an entire district without any vehicles. This is really fantastic for several reasons. First of all, as a pedestrian, you don't have to worry about looking out for traffic or getting run over by a car, bus, truck, taxi, or motorbike. Secondly, the pedestrian zone is so much quieter than normal city streets. No traffic noise. No racing engines, no horns honking, no mufflers backfiring or brakes screeching. Just people walking around. The absence of vehicles and their blatant noise makes walking through European cities' pedestrianized walkways, streets, and plazas infinitely more relaxing, calm, and enjoyable. Number 1. Gorgeous historic architecture. The most obvious difference between most European cities and American ones, of course, is the plethora of stunning historic architecture found in European towns and cities. After all, many of the cities were established 1,000 to 2,000 years ago and have been ruled by several different empires and cultures over the centuries. On the other hand, the USA was only established in 1776, a mere 224 years ago. Most countries in Eastern Europe and the Balkans had been ruled by many different empires, including the Lycian, Greek, Roman, Byzantine, Huns, Ottoman Turks, Hitler Germans, Austro-Hungary, and Communist Russia. Not every country or city was ruled by each and every one of these different civilizations, but each country was ruled and inhabited by several of them over the centuries. European architecture emphasizes aesthetics, craftsmanship, and attention to detail. There is a tradition of designing buildings that blend harmoniously with their surroundings, leading to more ornate and context-sensitive designs. In contrast, American architecture leans towards functionalism and pragmatism. One thing I want to say personally, European cities are very well designed compared to any other countries in the world. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.